For this module, we're going to talk a little bit about Introduction to Administration and what is administration from a perspective of this course and as well as in business. A business is an organization that provides goods and services to customers. So think about it. When you walk into a store, when you walk through doors, when you go online, you're getting a good or you're getting a service. That's the purpose of an organization. For those of you that want to open a business, what kind of good or service will you offer to your customers? So is it a good, which is a tangible item? Think of it from a grocery item, something you can physically pick up off a shelf and walk out of the store with, or is it a service? Is it going to be IT services? Is it going to be consulting services? Is it going to be human resource services? Whatever that is, will you offer a good or a service? And so when you're looking at it, how do businesses play a role in the quality of our life? So think about that for a moment. How do businesses play a role in our quality of life? I'll give you a second to think on that. They offer the goods and services that we are after, right? So the better the quality of goods and services, the better our quality of life is. If we're not receiving the goods and services we desire, then we will perhaps have a lower quality of life. So we are dependent on the goods and services the businesses around us offer. You can play a part in that when you offer your business or service to customers in the future. There are three participants of a business. You have your employers. They're hired by the owners to reach goals. You have your owners. They're the ones that have ideas, the money, the people to start it, and what the goals are. When you're an owner of a business, you want to know what that end result is. What good or service are you trying to provide? What is it ultimately you're trying to accomplish? These employees are going to be hired to help you accomplish that goal. I don't know if you've heard the phrase or term before, but you're only as good as your team. If an owner hires a great team, they're going to have great results because they're going to help you achieve that goal. The last is the customers. So the customers want to ensure their needs are met. So it's the hierarchy of the owners to the employers to the customers. If those needs are not being met somewhere along the way, then something needs to change. Ultimately, the goal of the business is to satisfy the needs of the customers. Why? Because they're going to be the ones who ultimately increase the owner's profits. So if you're providing a great good or service, you have great employees, and you are ultimately reaching those goals then, right? If you have customers that are not happy with the employees, if they're not happy with the goods or service, what happens? You're going to get bad reviews, you're going to get lowered interest in that product or service, and you're going to have lower profits. So it's at the owner's best interest to put in the most amount of money possible towards that good or service, towards those employees. Ensure your customers are happy, and if something is wrong, listen to them so that you can correct whatever it is they're wanting. Now, if it's above and beyond your means, that's different. But if there are little tweaks in the goods or service that you can make to make your customer happy, then ultimately you want to do that. So you'll continue to have those customers, great employees, and then reach that satisfaction of the goal being reached, as well as those profits being earned. What makes a business successful? Take a look at the left-hand side of the screen. Products, customers, luck, relationships, taking risks, and learning and improvising. Think about it from your perspective as a client, as a customer. If a business doesn't have a great product or service, are you going to buy from them? How often do you look at reviews before you buy something on Amazon? Does that help you make a decision? For the most part, yes. If you see there are bad reviews, product's broken, if it wasn't delivered in a timely manner, or if the business owner was just not, well, if they were just rude, then you most likely are not to buy that product. Then your customers are going to make a difference. You want to make sure your customers are happy. So you have to ensure you have a product that's of quality. You have a customer that is happy. A little bit of luck never hurts anybody along the way, especially if you're a business owner or you're a potential business owner. Having a little bit of luck always helps. Great relationships are key. That's part of the reason why I'm having you do the passport activity during the semester, so you can build relationships. It's important to talk to people. Learn from those around you. Don't reinvent the wheel. It's absolutely important to have a great relationship with people that can help you build your business or just be successful in general. Taking risks. Risk taking is key, especially if you're launching a new business. You have to, at some point, just plug your nose and jump. You have to take a little bit of risk to get that great reward. If you're running somebody else's business, an entrepreneur, you'll learn about that later when you watch the entrepreneurship video. But an entrepreneur is somebody who runs someone else's business. You want to make sure that you're successful for them as well as yourself. A little bit of risk doesn't hurt. Learning and improvising. If you've learned that a product needs to be tweaked along the way, you can improvise in a meeting if you need to. Whatever it takes to improve, get better, and offer that service and that product that the customer is desiring. As we saw in the last slide, that will increase profits and help you reach your goals. So you want to always continuously work with your team and ensure you're offering the best product or service possible. On the right side, can external forces influence business activities? So take a look at these 4 bullets: technology, government, consumer trends, and public pressures and concerns. If your answer is yes, you're absolutely correct. Any of these can influence business activities. Think about it during COVID. Technology changed the way many businesses, in fact, even here at CSUSB, how we operated. Technology was a positive force in the fact that we were able to still connect with students. Many businesses had to move to an online format. So yes, technology can make a difference. Government, 100%. Think about the new policies or rules, any legislation that comes down. You have to make sure you adhere to that. As a business owner, if you're not adhering to new policies that come through legislature, then you can either have a business shut down or you can incur fines. So it's important to watch out for that. Consumer trends. What are your customers liking and don't like? If you have a product or service that's on the downward spiral, you might want to, again, go back to the improvisation and the learning aspect and find ways to be relevant and innovative again. Public pressure and concerns. Think about that from the standpoint of those that are part of FEMA or have, the special interest groups. You want to be also aware of those interests and ensure you're offering a product or service that adheres to their needs as well. You want to take everything into account when you're looking at either running a business or running somebody else's business. Those are all important aspects of being successful. This slide is great because it actually incorporates all of the concentrations within the administration degree. And you can see that's why we set it up the way we have. Administration is the overall arcing degree for the college. But many of you have concentrations, or all of you, most of you should have concentrations within any of these aspects. So beginning on the left, management, work performance, you might hire, fire. This also incorporates human resources. You're looking at performance, designing controls for assessing success, which could include training. The performance, you have yearly reviews. Second, we have operations. Operations looks at converting resources into goods and services. So where do you buy your supplies? You have a team that could look at Amazon, if you will, and find the right materials that'll help you build your product for the smallest dollar possible, the lowest dollar possible, but ensuring you're offering a high quality product or service. So you have a team of operations that look at that. That falls into a lot of our supply chain business analytics concentration. Next, we have marketing, product features, benefits. You're looking at, what does your product or service need to have? How do you deliver this marketing material out to your customer? Is it better to offer it online digitally? Is it better to offer a sample of your service or product, and having great relationships also helps with this. Because again, if you have a great relationship, you can deliver this as a sample. If you have let's say a new website or Instagram that you want to share with somebody, you can bounce the ideas off of people if you have great relationships. So how are you going to deliver this product or service? Is it going to be delivered online, in person, at a store? So really marketing is a key piece for a business. Again, whether you're running a business or owning a business, marketing is very important. The last two are as well. Accounting, measuring and summarizing your financial information. You're looking at financial statements. So you're looking at your cost reporting for internal. So the accounting report will go to the team, and you can look at what you're spending. You can look at cost allocation, how much you're spending on your building, how much you're spending on product. So all of the things to the left, management, operations, marketing, are going to be assessed by your accounting team. They're going to deliver the report to the managers and owners to decide where costs need to be cut or where can efficiencies be made. Finance, however, so accounting tells finance how much money you have, and finance decides where to invest this money. So they're looking at planning for future needs. Do we need to move into a bigger building, or can we function without a building? How much is needed, and where do you obtain it from? And accounting will help with that. And then they're going to invest. They're going to invest in different mutual bonds or investment funds, things of that nature, to determine how much they'll have in a future amount. So accounting tells you how much you have. Finance invests that money for a future dollar amount. So this is our administration degree in summary. So you can see how all of our concentrations fall into one of these categories. Just as the previous slide I mentioned, all of our concentrations fall into one of those areas. Think about what area you might want to go into in administration and look at the concentrations on this page. Each department houses all of the concentrations offered in the college. On the left-hand side, you'll see that everybody is an administration major. You're not majoring in accounting, you're not majoring in finance or marketing. Everyone has the same degree, unless of course you're majoring in something different, but everyone has the same degree, and it's administration. So keep that in mind. You can change concentrations, you can add a concentration, but your major will still be administration. So let's say, for example, you change from accounting to analytics, you're still going to be an administration major. So make note of this, especially if you're working on a resume or you're talking to people about your major. Your major is administration, and you'll know from the welcome video I said if you're not an administration major, and some of you said, but I'm majoring in marketing, that's still administration. So I want you to look at the concentrations we have, and in a few weeks you're going to start watching videos that talk a little bit more in depth about these concentrations. But remember, in this degree, everyone in administration takes the same lower and upper division requirements. So again, that makes it easy to change. If you find you have an interest in something else, you can change. That's fine. You're not going to lose any ground on those lower and upper division classes. If, however, you decide to change out of administration and move into psychology or nursing or something other than administration, then you're going to lose some of those courses. But I like to share this information because it's okay to know what you don't know. And if you want to change later, that's okay. The department chairs on this slide can help you through that. And I want you to reach out to them if you have questions about a particular concentration. They're always available to sit and speak with you, and I hope that you take advantage of that opportunity. While you're thinking about the concentration, I want you to look at these potential questions. Is your concentration the right choice for you? And sometimes we make choices based on what others think, but I want you to know and understand that it's important to make a choice based on what you think. If you're not in the right concentration, consider a change or take a class that might help you draw towards the right choice. It's okay to change. This is why you're here, to find your path. Personality a lot of times falls into finding the right career. If you're an extrovert and you like being with people, then you may not want to be locked down in an office all day. You might want to choose something like marketing where you can be out in the field all of the time, or real estate. Even management, sometimes you can be out on the floor speaking with people. You're not at your desk all of the time. And your personality sometimes can help drive a career choice you make. Sometimes you might make a choice and decide later, well, this really doesn't fit my personality. But this week's assignment is to do a little personality check. And I want you to go through the exercise, complete all of the questions, and then see what types of opportunities there are for careers. But remember, there are underlying skills in each of these jobs that can relate back to business. So again, if it says you're creative or artistic, that can relate back to marketing or real estate. If it says you're good with numbers or you have a good management style, then think about, accounting or finance or management. So look at the exercise this week, answer the questions, and then see what careers fit your personality results. Thank you.